When you think of Vietnam, you often think of the textile industry or its beautiful landscapes, but today we're going to look at a completely different Vietnamese institution, coffee. And yes, in case you didn't know, Vietnam is the world's second largest coffee producer, right after Brazil. So today, we're taking you to discover the different styles of coffee in Vietnam, and you'll see that it's nothing like our Italian-style espressos. We're going to start by trying a simple espresso first to see the differences with the coffee we have back home. And then after that, we'll go and try some more original coffees.
Yeah, I was told there were quite a few specialties here. There was egg coffee, coconut coffee, salted coffee. And we even saw one last night while walking around town that could be cool to film.
And the first place we want to show you is Hoi An. It's a truly beautiful place, as you can see, with very typical local woodwork. And the staff were really nice. They're the ones who explained that the main coffee found here is Robusta coffee, which is stronger and more bitter than the coffee we find in Europe, which is Arabica coffee. And we had an espresso, so it was really strong and full-bodied. And so they offered us sweetened condensed milk. We were a bit surprised they use it here to soften the very bitter side of the coffee.
So apparently this is honey made from coffee flowers. Oh, it's good. Yeah, it's very floral. It doesn't have at all. The taste of coffee, almost like traditional honey, honestly, a very nice discovery. So now we're back in front of Hoi An. We came outside because it was actually a bit hot inside, but we still have our espresso. Yeah, honestly, it's great. It's really strong, really full-bodied, just the way I like it.
Next, we went to Uncle Juan's. It's a bit more of a touristy spot this time, but it was recommended to us because they make truly beautiful coffees. So we had an egg coffee and a salted coffee. We were advised to have the egg coffee hot and the salted coffee cold. And the staff were really nice. They showed us everything, how they made them. And it's truly beautiful. Actually, for the salted coffee, they simply take some coffee and then they add a foam on top, which is actually cream with condensed milk. And they add some salt into it. And for the egg coffee, it's coffee with a mixture of egg yolk and sweetened condensed milk. And on both of them, they draw a tree with a small brush and some chocolate. And then they sprinkle some cocoa on top. It was truly beautiful. It was really the work of an artist. We thought these were fairly recent tourist drinks, but not at all. Egg coffee is already 80 years old. It originated in Hanoi, and actually back then fresh milk was very difficult to find. So it was a bartender who had the idea to replace it with a mix of egg yolk and sweetened condensed milk. And as for the salted coffee, it actually comes from Hue. It was created in 2010 by a couple who had this idea to add a salty cream on top of the coffee so that the salt would actually balance out the sugar from the condensed milk and soften the bitterness of the Robusta. A bit like we have back home with salted butter caramel.
All right, friends, now we're going to taste the salted coffee for you and then the egg coffee. Cheers!
It's really good.
Really?
Yeah.
This one is unique. It has a bit of a salty taste. I'm not sure it's my favorite. We're now in the old town of Hoi An. So what you should know is that it's now the end of May. So it's kind of the hot season in Hoi An. And it's over 30 degrees, you know.
Yeah, lots of humidity too.
Quite a bit of humidity. So now we're going to go grab a coffee, a refreshing drink, and then we'll try to show you all of that.
So while walking around, we came across a sign for Sun Cafe that offered a fish sauce coffee. And since it intrigued us, we went to try it. And the owner was really nice. She explained everything to us. Actually, there are two ways to make the coffee, either with the machine or the traditional way with the filter. So, for the recipe, she first puts in a dose of coffee with sweetened condensed milk very generously. Then she's going to add a dose of milk that she'll foam up well. And once the milk has foamed up nicely, she adds some ice and finishes by putting on the foam. Then she packs it all down, and after that she adds the fish sauce. But the fish sauce, she doesn't put it in liquid form like we thought. Actually, first they turned it into a powder, and it's just the powder that she adds on top of the cream. Actually, we learned that fish sauce coffee was a very recent creation. It dates back to 2023. In fact, it's a fish sauce producer who was looking for an idea to create a specialty unique to Da Nang. Like in Hanoi, they have egg coffee, or in Hoi salt coffee.
Now it's time for the fish sauce coffee. It's true there's a strong fishy taste. I'm not really sure if it's my favorite, but maybe I should mix it. Maybe that'll dilute the flavors a bit. Once mixed, it's actually really good. You can't taste the fish at all. A bit of a salty taste. Honestly, it's much better.
So there you go, it was a cool experience. It's not necessarily a coffee you drink every day, but in the end it wasn't that bad. We took the opportunity to get a coconut coffee. Actually, we'd already tried it elsewhere, but here she offered to show us how to make it. So no big surprise, she's going to start with some coconut milk, which she'll mix and then pour into a blender. Then she'll add, just like for the other one, a good dose of sweetened condensed milk. And at the end she adds, actually it's a frappe base mix and then some ice. That way she'll blend it all up and it'll give it a texture that's really like ice cream. And all that's left is to put the mixture on top of the coffee. And by the way, what you should know is that coconut coffee is older. In fact, it dates back to the early 2000s. In Hanoi, some cafés started mixing Vietnamese coffee with a frozen coconut cream. And that's how it became famous. And it was really great, super refreshing. On the other hand, it's almost more of a dessert than just a coffee, but anyway, we really enjoyed it.
Really so good. Very smooth and creamy. So that's it for discovering the coffees of Hoi An. We hope you enjoyed it. And we hope we'll manage to sleep tonight, because it's true that after all this caffeine, it'll be hard, but honestly, great discoveries. And we'll see you in the next video. See you soon.